and you might say, okay, I'm not an emotional buyer. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. If you buy stuff, this is the bottom line. If you buy stuff, you're an emotional buyer. You think you're not an emotional buyer, it's because you don't understand sales. The only way you ain't an emotional buyer if you don't buy anything. If you don't buy something, you're not an emotional buyer. Okay, so yeah, you think that's funny. People love to buy. You hear this, people say this all the time. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold. That's dumb as a box of rocks. That doesn't make any sense at all. That's like that's like saying people love to take a shower, but they hate to get clean. People love to buy and they love to be sold. When you go buy something you want, do you love that? It is fun to go buy something that you want. People love to buy and they love to be sold. Hear me now. Everything you've ever bought in your life, you bought it because somebody sold it to you. But the reason you think that you just bought stuff because you wanted to get it, I just bought that because I want it. You didn't realize that the only reason you had a desire for it is because somebody sold it to you in such a way, in such a masterful way, that when you got ready to buy it, you thought it was your idea. Okay? Somebody type in the comments, oh snap, because that is the truth. Okay? And when truth hits you, that is what's called an aha moment. And remember that when, you got to get your ideal client. You got to help your ideal client have the experience, the emotional experience, and they can justify that logically. And remember that what causes them to know that you are genuine, like they know they can trust you, is when you create an emotional experience, you help them have a result, and they see that positive and good results come from you. Then they trust you. Then they feel like they know, they like, and they trust you. And that's when people buy. Why? Because people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. You've got that? It's going to make more sense as we go through this and I demonstrate this to you. So that's the hook, the story. What's the offer? The offer is the opportunity that you give a potential client to exercise their desire to buy the thing. Or the things. Whatever thing you have that's going to help them realize they desired that. They already desired that all along at the price that you previously set. You previously decided on that price, and they have subsequently agreed to, right? People, if people say, I don't know, they'll say, I don't have enough money for that program. Can I just give you $10,000 instead? And buy it, buy this. Well, excuse me, you set the price. I set the price. I set the price. If you don't set the price of my stuff, I don't set the price of yours. We have prices. We've already got our prices laid out. If you come to me and say, I'll pay you X amount of dollars for this thing, okay, would you, we're not a flea market. This isn't something that people come and they get to do that, right? We have prices for the different programs that we have, and people have subsequently agreed to those prices, which now they expect to use, they get to have the experience that creates the success for them. Okay, so how do you hook scripts? Okay, the first thing that a hook has to be attention grabbing. So I'm gonna have to skip some of this because we are getting low on time. So I'll link this back to some of the stuff we talked about yesterday. So you've got to have an attention grabber, and this is it's in the workbook. I've got the workbook right here. We talked about hook, story, offer. Now, the 3 Ks of creating hooks: you got to keep their attention, you got to keep it brief, and you got to keep it interesting. Okay? Keep their attention, keep it brief, and keep it interesting.